at night, not in a well-lit area, and his legs were over top of asphalt. I had no contrast of color. His clothing was dark. I couldn't see red. I didn't have easy gliding. So it didn't quite play out the way my brain told me it did. In fact, not a single time in my time rendering aid to people did it ever work the way I thought it would. So I threw this tourniquet on this guy because he's asking for help, and he had what I could tell was a large hole in his pants on the inside of his thigh. So I said, okay, he probably needs a tourniquet. That's where that artery is. And so I put the tourniquet, I put it high and tight, which if you're putting it on a man, it needs to be right beside his testicle. That's as high as you're going, okay? And if you're putting it on a woman, equally as high, but as a man, you'll have an identifiable area, right? Now, I put it on, tighten it way down, and EMS gets there, I send him off with him. I go to the hospital for reporting purposes, right? And they tell me, tourniquet failed. It didn't work. I said, man, I'm surprised. I really tightened that thing. And this little doctor, she says, yeah, but did you check his pockets? I said, no. Why? She said, well, he had $1,000 in cash and a bag of marijuana in there. You believe being a drug dealer might get you killed? Isn't that crazy? Here's the thing to learn from it. I probably did tighten it enough initially, but I did it over top of those items. And then we're going to move the casualty, guys, whether it's by the ambulance or whether it's by the coroner that's coming and picking up the dead body, we're going to move them. So somewhere in that transition from where he was on the street to the hospital, that tourniquet moved from over top of those items. And what was tight enough is not anymore. So here's the takeaway. If you're going to put a tourniquet on someone, you have to empty their pockets. Or you have to consciously get above whatever those items are. So in my current layout of my pockets, I can do that. I can get above these pockets. But depending on what you're wearing, maybe not. So that's something to be aware of. And don't forget about back pockets. Because, okay, I can get above it here, but in this pocket, I've got a set of gloves that are pretty thick. And that's not going to work.